making some homemade horse treats. We have not got dressed or brushed our hair yet because it is just in the morning, more like 11 o'clock. But anyway, so we are going to be using a recipe which is over here, which we are going to use an apple each, and we're just going to grate it as applesauce because we didn't have any applesauce. So Caitlin gets an apple and I get an apple. Then we are going to use a grater each. We have one. You don't have to put these in, but there's Nutri-Grain bars, and we're just going to put one in because our horses love them. So we're just going to put one in, and then we're going to need some salt. And this is optional. You don't really have to do it, but it's probably better to do it. But some oat bran or Grandpa.
Oh, Odie.
Sorry. Or ground oatmeal, whatever works for you guys, or just plain oatmeal, you know. So we're gonna get started with the dry ingredients first. So we're going to do the salt, which is 1 teaspoon each. Guys, sorry. So we're just gonna put a teaspoon in each. Oh, if you have a little more than a teaspoon, it's okay. Then we are going to put your Nutri-Grain bar in. Don't just, actually you probably could just shove it in like that. Because if you have a mixer like this you can use. Sorry, I just turned the camera. But if you have a mixture like that you can use, that will be great. Next, what we have.
Can I just plop it in there? So?
Yes. Next, what we are going to put in is our 1 cup of oat bran. And what is there 1 second cup? There. We just use 2 1 second cups. Okay, so you have the choice of 1 second cup, or you can do a cup. It doesn't really matter if you're making a small batch. Oh my god. I'm just going to do 1 second cup because I'm not making that big of a batch.
So am I.
And we only got a little big. We were going to get the big, but it was a little bit much. So, have about 1 second cup of that stuff, and there you go. Now we are going to put our wet ingredients in. Now, before you do that, you can just go ahead and mix it. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. This dumb camera keeps falling. Okay.
I can't break it.
Caitlin has to use one of those because I couldn't find another one. Now this is dry. That's not going to work. Never mind. You might have to rip this up unless you have the wet ingredients in yet. That's alright. Doesn't really matter. Wet and dry is both the same, so just...
No, it's not.
No, it's not the same. I'm sorry. So we are just going to pause the video, and then we'll come back once we have our apples grated. So we just finished grating that apple. I have 1/3 cup is what you're going to use. 1/3 cup. You're just going to dump it into your bowl. Caitlin's a little bit behind, which is Horse DIY, so yeah, definitely go check out her channel.
Yeah.
I might even have a little over. If there's juice, that's okay because it makes the treats more juicy.
Juicy.
Oh gosh.
I need that.
This is like very messy and I'm kind of stupid the way I'm doing this, but you know what? It works. So you're just going to take your bowl of your ingredients and you're just going to plop that all in. Then you're going to mix.
That was way more.
So,
That's
okay.
mine.
Well, here's your bowl.
Thank you.
Give me the carrots, because I put my carrots in yours. So I need the carrots. Well, there was a little bit of a mix-up there.
Then can I use this while you're doing that?
Well, I'm done. I just have to mix it now.
I have to make mine.
Your spatula's right there. And I already grated it in for you. So we're gonna mix your apples all together. Try not to get your bowls mixed up.
If you're doing it.
Yeah.
That was
So after you've got that mixed up and you make a mess, you are going to add a carrot. So you can just,
This also be like this.
yes. Then you can just take your grater and grate it. I'll be back.
No.
Hi guys, so I just finished putting 1/3 cup of carrots in now. And you're just gonna dump that in your bowl. And now your bowl looks gross, and you're gonna mix it.
That's good enough, guys.
So once you've mixed it and it kind of looks like this, that was stupid. That's about the perfect consistency. So it should be a little bit sticky to your hands. And then if you feel like some chunks are sticking out, like my Nutri-Green bar is, and it's not really blending in that well, then you can just go ahead in with your hands. Now Caitlin is a little bit behind because she
Grated on the wrong side.
grated on the wrong side of the cutter, and it only gave her like 4 little pellets of it because she was grating wrong. Anyway.
I don't cook much.
So once you get this all in, you're just going to mix with your hands if there's any clumps. And then after you get a nice good mix with your hands and everything seems to be good, you are just going to wash your hands. I'll be right back.
8 years.
So, I am back and I just finished washing my hands. So after
Which
you do
I
that,
didn't because I didn't have.
you're going to put 4 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons of flour into here. You can use all-purpose. All-purpose is good.
Could I use that?
4.
So 4?
You're gonna put 4 scoops in teaspoons or 2 in tablespoons. I'm using, actually, you know what? Instead of getting more dishes dirty, I'm gonna mix it again. Now, if you go to mix and you notice it's all clumpy like this and not like sticking together, you can go ahead and go in with your hands because then it starts to clump better. And you can just go and kind of mix it all into a nice dough. And try and get every crumb in there because this is kind of a little batch, unless you accidentally over add, which I've done a couple times because there wasn't enough flour and then I ended up with a whole bowl. So once you've done that, it might be crumbly. If it's too crumbly for you and you don't like it, you can go ahead and add some water. Or if it's too sticky and too stretchy and gross, then you can just add some more flour. So once you have this like this,
Here,
it's going to look like this most likely. And then I'm just going to show you. You can actually, if you get it into a nice consistency like this, you can actually roll it out and use cookie cutters to make it. So we're going to go right ahead and do that. So we have become the chef people.
Chef twins.
Yeah.
Except
we
their
have
hats
the
are
matching
different.
things, but our hats are different. I couldn't find one like Caitlin's that she is wearing. But now you can just roll out your dough. If it's too sticky, you can just grab some flour. Now, yes, you can sprinkle some flour on your counter if you need to. And go right ahead and do that if you feel like it's going to stick. And also you can roll your dough in it. I mean,
I'm the weirdest roller ever.
yeah, it's kind of creepy. But, or you can go roll your rolling pin or whatever you're rolling with in there. So I think I'm going to
Kira, this isn't working. It's too sticky.
Well, then you need more flour. So Caitlin's gonna need some more flour, but yeah, it's like a lot more. Mine's okay.
See, yours looks a lot better than mine. Mine's always kind of.
So this smells really good. I'm just gonna turn the camera until Caitlin's back. So Caitlin's gonna put her flour in. So once you have kind of a consistency like this, well, rolled out consistency like this, you can take heart cookie cutters, mini cookie cutters. I have some mini cookie cutters here that we bought.
It
So
says enough
there is
flour.
a flower.
That's enough flour.
This is a little tree. Yeah. This is a bird.
bird.
And then we have a little bunny rabbit. That might be a little much, so let me take a little bit and sprinkle it on. So now you can just sprinkle some flour on the surface, and then go ahead and roll it again. If it's too sticky, if you have the perfect consistency and it's not sticky, that's awesome. But now that you roll yours in, you can just take some hearts. And while we are doing this, I should have thought of saying this before I started doing this. You are just going to go to your oven. I look like a dork. And I'm going to squeeze through here. And you're going to go to your oven, whatever your oven looks like, and you're going to preheat it to 350. So it should be 6 minutes on the clock. Definitely make sure you have no pans in there like I do. And then so, once you finish rolling them out, you might have some leftover dough. Now, you can decide what you want to do with that. You can either turn it into little balls or whatever you want to do for treats, or you can put it in the freezer for another day so that you don't have to go ahead and bake a whole bunch of stuff. Whatever you want to do. But anyway, I'm going to go put these on my pan, and I'm going to take you with me. Apple. So, the treats are getting put on the pan. I just decided to make these little balls, and then you can just push them down so that they're not. So I have little circles on the bottom because I'm on the pan. Boop. Anyway, you can just take your dough and do that and repeat. So you guys are just gonna put a timer for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna go 30 for now. So 30 for start, and when your cookies are in the
Do you have the
oven.
dishwasher?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new.